Leo.
Hello Leo, this is your astrological forecast for March 2016. And so we have a big month. We have a total solar eclipse and we also have a partial lunar eclipse taking place this month, which is really going to change up your speed of events and so forth. But I'm going to do a special on that, so keep your eyes peeled for those videos on the eclipses. However, though, this month for you, your main focus here is going to be in the 8th house, having to do and dealing with your financial resources, not necessarily the income specter of it, but where your money is going, where you're placing it, investments, royalties, commissions, the money that you share with your significant other and so forth. But the 8th house is also the house of intimacy. So you can come to feel that this is a month where you can deepen those emotions, share on a more intimate level with your partner, and also you have that solar eclipse here in this area too, the 8th house, so keep that in mind. But it's also a relationship month in the sense that both Mercury and Venus is in your 7th house. So Mercury is communication, how you communicate, what you communicate with your partner, but then also Venus is love, the emotions that you share. So expect things to really heighten up and heat up a little bit here, not just what is coming from your heart, but also what you may be receiving from a partner. Now, if you're single and not married, well, this could be a time for you that you could meet somebody that could hold a long-term type energy here for the two of you. Now, both of these planets are in the sign of Aquarius as they are transiting through, and Aquarius allows us to think outside of the box. There's a lot of excitement always here with Aquarius because it's ruled by Uranus and we never know what we get, right? So it's more the type of adventure and wanting to explore, and you might feel attracted now to somebody who might be a little different from who you are normally, because Aquarius is your opposite sign. So whoever is coming in, they may be reflecting that part of your own subconsciousness, which really brings a good balance, like being able to fulfill one another if you wish. Now Mars, though, Mars is still in the sign of Scorpio, and Scorpio is deep, it's passionate, it's private, holds on to secrets maybe. This might be a time now that you will see that you're disclosing either some of your own secrets to somebody close, but it could also be somebody close to you sharing those deeper, more hidden aspects. But there's passion here, Leo. And of course, being a fire sign as you are, how can you not like that, right? Even though it being in the sign of Scorpio is squaring off on your sign, you might find it somewhat challenging. And this was the case in February too, because why? It's bringing up all of these energies. But you know what? If you can embrace it, you will really feel good about it. This Mars is moving through your 4th house for home, family, foundation, how you interact with family members, how they interact with you. But also, since it is your physical drive, you might find yourself catching up on projects around the house that might have been procrastinated earlier on. And when we have that drive, actually find a lot of joy with it, because why? We see we get things done. And that brings perfection into the picture. So you might just want to really be aware of this in that first week of March, because then Mars is going to be moving in to the 5th house in the sign of Sagittarius. Now that's your sister sign. So you're going to love the last 3 weeks of March as it's cruising through the 5th house of joy, happiness, romance, creativity, self-expression. And for those of you who have your own business, you're going to come to see that the drive now is really going to umph itself up a couple of degrees, and it will eventually meet up there with Saturn which has been cruising there for some time now. So if you've been feeling maybe some restriction, we can do that when Saturn is around. Think about the rings, right? So if it's been holding you back from being able to express, well, Mars is really going to power it up, and you will feel freer, a little bit more courageous maybe. But then also, I feel there's a karmic thing going on here when the two of them are going to touch. And we'll talk more about that later. Not coming up here this month, but it will be next month. So children, too, Leo, will show up here in the 5th house. So for those of you who have children, or even grandchildren too, Mars here will allow you more time to interact with them, listen to them, maybe be out and about, do something fun and exciting. And of course, that's always healing for parents and grandparents to see the joy of the children, right? So enjoy that. Moving on here to Jupiter. Well, Jupiter here is in the sign of Virgo, which for you shows up in your 2nd house. And it's been here now for a while. And it is currently retrograde, meaning that it's time for you, Leo, to look at maybe passed up opportunities that came and passed by so quickly you didn't have time to act upon them. But now when it's retrograde, maybe these things are still available if you do a little research. Some of you might find by surprise that they're popping back up, and now would be the time to grab onto it. And yes, you can move ahead with those things. Why? Because it's something from the past. Otherwise, we really don't want to start anything new financially when we have retrogrades in this area. But it's Jupiter bringing back around those gifts from before. So you should be good to go. We got a couple of transits here with Jupiter this month, and I'll give you the dates on it for when to really hit home on them. When the door opens, we want to be available and ready, right? Saturn is retrograde here until August 13th. And I know most people think, oh no, here we go, it's slow, it's going to delay things and whatnot. But see, if you look at it from a positive note, it's an extended time that Saturn gets to operate in this very area for you. And since it takes 28 years before Saturn's going to transit and cruise through this area, we want to really embrace and look at what Saturn can do for us, because it's a growth cycle. We grow, we mature, we expand more consciousness upon the mission and the message of Saturn in this area. So, you know, just if you are aware of what you're doing, it's all about paying attention to look at what will slow down, what is probably going to be delayed until August, when you can recognize what that may be, which is 5th house. Concerns children, self-expression, creativity, your businesses. This is when you can really take what it is and transform it and grow this area to, you know, probably levels that you have absolutely no idea about here today. So the more we open up, the more we can take in, the more we can come to harvest down the road. And think about it this way too. Saturn never leaves anything without a gift on its doorstep for you, if you're able to really grasp the essence of what it can do for you. So we have then Neptune still in your 8th house, long-term transit, really looking at how you can grow your investments. And some of you have already started to do so. Those born in the first third of your sign, Neptune has been cruising there. Kind of first it might feel like things fizzle out. That's what Neptune does. It dissolves. So you might have gone through that phase of things being dissolved so that you can actually start putting it together in a new way, in a more idealistic way. And that is the whole point of what Neptune can do for you, to spin your dreams. And then we have Pluto. Pluto here is transforming you from the inside out here, Leo. And for you, the 6th house, it's your day-to-day schedule, it's your health, particularly because it's in the house of Virgo. And Virgo is really good about looking at diets, what we eat and whatnot. And so slowly but surely you can come to see that you can start really improving your health. Listen to Bruce Lipton, how you can reprogram your mind, your mindset, heal your body just through the thoughts itself. Really would want to suggest that to you, because I know you would definitely come to love to hear what he has to say about it. Bruce Lipton. You can find him on YouTube. Uranus, we want to mention that too. This is you and your spiritual transformation, new beginnings, opening up more doors to the higher levels of your chakras. It's more like your crown opening up and taking in all of these new energies and downloading them really quick. Not just in a linear way, which is really slow, meaning reading a book. You have to read it from A to Z. Slow process. With Uranus, we can get flashes of intuition, like downloading zip files that suddenly there's this, oh my God, now I see it, now I get it. So the more you're opening up and paying attention to what's happening in your crown chakra, the more you're going to be able to take in and assimilate. Transformation there spiritually. But let's take a look at here on the month, what you can expect, because we're starting off here with great things on the 2nd. This is Venus and Uranus, love and romance and the unexpected coming in. For you, this is going to be between your 7th and 9th house. So you and a partner might just be talking about something you can start or also initiate together. You might be planning a trip together since it's the 9th house. And it might just have a surprising element to it, which Uranus does bring around under, happy transits. On the 6th, the Sun and Pluto, that's you. The essence of you touching up here on Pluto. And so this, I feel now, can really bring something in, how you can build and expand, should I say, your daily life by making a conscious decision on some level of what is important to you and your partner, or also some resources could actually help you now on a daily basis to set up a different routine. On the 8th, there is an overview. The Sun and Jupiter are at odds with each other, or not necessarily at odds, but giving you a bridge, a span type overview, where Jupiter is wanting to expand your finances. The Sun is looking here at the 8th house and saying, well, maybe we can do it this way. Whatever you're tweaking there on the 8th, I think is like a key in the door, like this big, aha moment where something can come together through an offer, or maybe it's you offering your partner something. On the 14th, 15th, we have some decisions, and Mercury's really here, busy now. Mercury is how we think, it's what we communicate, conversations that we have. First, it's going to square off on Saturn, where you have a little bit of a step back thinking, I need to think about this. So no need to act here on the 14th, because I see how you're weighing for and against, because Venus and Mars is also square. Venus is money, romance. Mars is your decisions, your go-getfulness, should I say, go-get-it attitude, your drive and attention. So you might not feel exactly totally open here on the 14th, but become the observer rather than the participant. Take it in, listen, think about it. On the 15th, I see more conversations coming in. This is Mercury and Pluto. So I'm seeing you're digging into the core and asking questions, which is a good thing, because that's how you can drive into getting to the core of what you're looking at. And I'm feeling that that might just cause another little extension here, as Mercury will be opposing Jupiter, just like the Sun was on the 8th. So it's not really a time here to make these big decisions, but it's a great time to ask those questions, to get into the nitty-gritty, so that by the 16th, this is good. On the 16th, Jupiter, which is in your 2nd house for income, has a beautiful trine to Pluto. I think at this point you can get some good news, or you might yourself have good news to share, but Jupiter expands. And what is it expanding? Well, it's your wallet. It is your income. If you have been going through, say, negotiations for pay for a contract or at work, this could maybe be it. But Pluto's coming together here to make sure that you're getting what you deserve. Then we have on the 24th, Mercury, that's you thinking what action to take, and I don't think you need to think long, Leo, because Mars is here with a trine, giving you the green light. And so I see action, and this action is going to speed up things throughout the rest of the month. We have, of course, this lunar eclipse coming up on the 23rd, which has just taken place. So you're kicking into action. You know what you want. You know where you're heading. And on the 25th, Venus and Jupiter, they're joining up. Although be it is in opposition. But these two planets work well together in whatever aspect, because it really brings out the energy of both. So money and love and expansion and growth, where are we at? Where do we want to go? Where do we want to end up? This is pretty much here now, very close to heart for you. And the Sun and Mars are trine. That means that you're at one with yourself. And you know, earlier in the month when they were squared off, and you didn't really know whether you were coming or going, whenever in doubt, I always like to say, don't act. It just means it's not the right time. When time is right, you feel the conviction of where you want to go. That means that all the pieces of the puzzle are now more in place. So that would be here closer towards the end of the month. Things will definitely open up doors for you. You're feeling convinced here on the 26th. It's power days for you. And that Venus that was square Mars, well, Venus is trine Pluto. That's like Mars on steroids. So here I feel that you have the contract you want, or whatever conversation that was going on earlier in the month. You're now on the same page, and you have not only empowered yourself, but your security. Those things are important to you on a value level, which means also things from the heart as well as money. So at the end of the month, Mercury is now securing Saturn. Saturn is putting down an anchor for you. You'll feel that your conversations not are just coming across in a very strong way, but you're also going to feel that whoever's on the other end of that is hearing you and respecting you. So, you know, unexpected things can happen there between the 29th, 31st, because we have Uranus coming into the picture, really also opening up Pandora's box for you. And so new things can present itself for you. And of course the eclipses have helped you speed things up and shut things down. So what a month. You know, you're really getting a lot of action here this month. So, you know, you might want to listen to your moon or rising sign to get these great aspects, especially that Jupiter and Pluto aspect on the 16th. We know where it's showing up for you here in your sun sign, which is the 2nd and 6th house. But your moon and rising sign reading will actually show where else it's going to pop up and open up opportunities for you. So that's always very exciting to hear. So listen, Leo, have a good one. The tarot readings will be up here now shortly as well, so you can see what March will bring in that respect. And I'll see you in April.